the average American's impulse spends $300 a month. If you could cut out $300 a month, think of how that would impact your savings and your investing in your future. This is the March 2026 update of the no buy year. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I haven't really given a very good perspective on my rules for this. My rules for my no buy year is first and foremost, no impulse spending. A whole no buy year is great for somebody that spends a lot of money needlessly, and that's the goal of this. It's not for never buying anything necessarily. If you look at someone like Graham Macetti, he said spend lavishly on things that you love and be frugal and cut ruthlessly on the things that you don't. Average Americans impulse spends $300 a month. That is the goal, is to not just be sucked into, oh, I see that thing, I'm going to buy it. So with that said, let's talk about how I did for March 2026. This month I did great. I really stuck to it. I bought 3 things this month, but the thing I bought that was not planned but has been amazing is this DJI microphone kit. I really didn't have a good microphone for doing YouTube videos, and it was really hard for me to capture good audio. And I really knew I needed it, and I knew I was doing this no buy year. And so what I did was I found a gift card that I had for $50 that had been sitting around my drawer for probably 2 years that I'd never used. And I used that to buy a $45 DJI mic with tax. It was like $49.50. So it was perfect. I didn't spend any money out of pocket on that. And I used a gift card that probably would eventually have expired and I would have lost the power to use it for anything. I thought that was a great way to handle it. And then the other 2 things I bought my son an electric toothbrush because his electric toothbrush was not brushing. And I bought some creatine gummies for after workout, and that's a consumable, so that doesn't really count. So those are the only 3 things I bought all month. This is probably my best month ever doing this. I feel pretty good about it. The microphone I've been using constantly, and that's another thing I want people to think about when they're looking at buying some. How many times are you actually going to use something? And there's this rule about the $5 per use. It's actually the $1 per use rule, but I've adapted it to be $5 per use. Is the amount of times you use something, it is the total cost of it over those number of times less than $5. So let's just take this microphone. I've already guaranteed I've used this thing more than 10 times. And so it was less than $5 purchase for sure. This microphone will probably end up being like a 1 penny per purchase thing when I'm totally done with all the amount of time I'm going to use this microphone. My son's going to use his toothbrush every day, so that's kind of a no-brainer. And that was only $30 or something. It was pretty cheap, but good oral hygiene is important. Don't forget, kids, brush your teeth.
Brusha, 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 here's the new iPad with the brand new flavor. It's dandy for your teeth.
So to recap, my goal isn't to cut out spending whatsoever. I'm actually at a stage in my life that I can afford to buy things that are needed, and I'm not trying to just get that first $1,000 saved, get that first investment account going, pay off debt. I don't have any debt that I can't pay off in the 1 month minus my house mortgage. And so I'm not necessarily in the same scenario as some people that are just getting started. If you're just getting started, you need to really be careful on what your needs and your wants are. That's the most important thing, and get real clear on what's a need and what's a want. Spoiler alert, most things are wants. So consider that as you're going through this journey. And if you're trying to know by year, my goal is to, over the course of this year, and I've already noticed it happening, is slowing down and saying, do I really need that thing? And honestly, most times I've had some interesting experiences of getting around that. I've been using an older camera. I mean, when I started doing YouTube, my habit would have been to say, "Oh, I can if I get these 3 or 4 camera gear things, I will really be making better videos." And the reality is I've got so much to learn right now about making videos that it's better to use what I've got and struggle through it and then decide the things that are going to make better videos for me. Instead of spending a bunch of money on things that I think are going to make better videos and then not following through. And so another idea you can do is to create a reward for yourself and say, if I do X, I can buy that thing. That's another way to slow down on the impulse buying is to say, I have to achieve this goal or this length of time or whatever it is, right? So let's say for me, I want to buy something new for doing YouTube videos. Let's say I need to get my first 10 subscribers, or I need to publish, let's say I need to publish my first 10 videos to YouTube first before I can get stuff planning to do YouTubing, right? Like so many people get stuck into that trap is like, oh, I'm gonna buy a guitar and I'm gonna go take a and then I'm gonna get good at guitar. Maybe you suck at guitar, maybe you actually don't like guitar, but you've bought this thing first, and then you've got to get rid of the thing, and then you've got this whole sunk cost thing going on. So find ways to make do first and then buy the thing after you know that you're actually following through with the things that you've said. I love to hear what you're cutting out in life this year or this month. And you don't have to do this for a whole year. You could do this for a month and just see how it goes. I hope this is helpful. I'd really love it if you gave me a like or subscribed or a comment on what you're trying to do in your life that's financially responsible. And I'll have more videos coming out soon. So thanks for watching.